Cosplay World! We're back with another con or bust, and this week we are heading towards, I guess our next con we're heading towards is CodCon, College of Page. And that's a little bit over a month now, but I think I should start maybe putting an update up for those Reggies, because that's the goal for that convention. Right now I'm doing some sewn combined works with a lot of armor and sewing and various other techniques combined. Woo! They're coming along nicely. I think I'm going to try and get a few things done on the Mercy today. But most of what's been eating my day up is the host or the server for my website is down, or it keeps going up and down. I don't know if there's maintenance. I got to do calls, but I did everything on my end to make sure things were good. So that's just going to be a big old long phone call for me. To the point where I'm recording this a little bit late in hopes that by the time it's rendered and goes up and all that stuff, I can put the photos on the website and do all the linking like I usually do. But if there's no link, sorry, I'll put one up later. And of course, you can always double check because it will be one of the videos in the Con or Bust listings. The other thing with the website is I'm still working on like a directory in the cosplay library section that's easily traversed. I'm trying to find something that works off the categories or off the tagging or something like that, so that people can find tutorials they're looking for very, very quickly instead of going through a long list. I really want something like what Cosplay Tutorials has, but I also want something that has options to show thumbnails. The problem with the thumbnails is that they take a lot of space, and the buttons, the individual clickable buttons, don't. So I'm thinking about multiple menu functionalities and trying to find what I could do with what's available. Try to figure out how to use those. Not all of them work very well, and some of them only list like a handful of the videos, even though there's zillions and zillions based on the category and things like that. So I'm trying. That's the biggest problem I have. I think the next thing to tackle on the website is getting the front page, getting a background that kind of encourage people to subscribe and join the armory and see all those videos that I have back in the background for all my supporters, because it could be a much better front page there. And I think a few other fancy bits of art in between these scrolls could help that as well. I need to get a few things together. Cat, you are the worst. For the Mercy cosplay, we tested out the Cricut yesterday. It's up and running. We cut out some cool stuff. My wife used it for a project she's working on herself. So it'll only take me like maybe like an hour to get the things I need out and photo edited into decals and put them on the Mercy armor. It's remarkably simple to use, the Cricut. Yes. The other thing I'm also working on, which is today's project, between fighting with the website and doing a bit more web development stuff, is the Mercy cat. Rawr. He's just the worst. He's bored. I don't know if you can even hear that. But I need to get my airbrush changed out. I have a new air pump, and I have a new... I guess I just have a whole new airbrush system since it's all replaced anyway. But I need to test that out to do a lot of the gradient coloring on Mercy. And I'm hoping to get that tested and not destroy it and all that good stuff. We are getting into kind of the this to that parts in the element of cosplay. So it's like attach this material to that material, and there's just going to be a ton of those. And then I'm going to go into various techniques eventually, and there's just so many that I can make those videos forever, I think. So that's a good kind of series to make when I just will never run out of things to do or say. I maybe want to start working on the tips for being a commissioner and being someone who is looking to get a commission, series on that. because I know that's a thing that people have a lot of questions about, and I have a tiny bit experience with. And possibly tips for cosplay for fun versus cosplay for competitive purposes, because they're very, very different. And some of that overlap. I'm thinking of a few options there. The thing is always that I try to get one video out to the public and then one video that's going to be in the armory, and I typically will put the one that is like business advice or like strategic advice in the armory, because the stuff for getting a commission done correctly, I would want everyone to know. But if you're a commissioner, I'm like, here's some business tips. I would probably put that in the armory, because I want to make money and not die and have food and stuff like that. Oh well, so I'm hoping to have this Mercy done inside next week. I might be doing painting and detail work afterwards, because I always poke at these cosplays. I'm pretty happy about the sewing work I've done. It's not obviously perfect, but I'm working on getting my sewing stuff going. Actually, one of the projects I want to do for myself is just start making t-shirts. Yeah, just t-shirts for myself and get better at using the machines, better handling at it. And then part of the we can make cosplay out of everything would be making a like jacket, and just making that jacket out of every kind of material possible. Obviously starting with fabrics, and in the same way I have the daggers, do that as well. So I of course do want to branch out in other things in cosplay, such as sewing, because it's just generally interesting to try out new things and develop new skills, and that's who I am. I love to make stuff. I love to just be always learning and experiencing new things, and that's kind of a reason why you don't see me make anything twice, is because I've already made it. How would I would probably make some small improvements, but overall the experience wouldn't be as engaging as if it's not as engaging as tackling a whole new project with whole new challenges and things to solve. I don't know. Next week I maybe will have a finishing video on Mercy, or maybe have something on the Reggies. We'll see how I feel about that. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next week. Good times to all. Hurrah! If you're looking for cosplay tutorials, I might have a few hundred. Anyway, if that interests you, hit that sub button.